Doug and Bob. Is it 1 o'clock?
No, Doug's probably still arriving.
Okay.
MAH is here?
Yes. On behalf of Step by Step Organ Transplant Association and George Marcello's Canada 769-day walk, we just had John pass the torch to the Deputy Mayor, Sandy Baggs, and I would like to say that the torch represents the spirit of hope and the continuance of life, and it symbolizes what we're doing. It has been handled by over 100,000 Canadians, and each one of you here can pass the torch on. And Deputy Mayor Sandy Baggs is the well over the 300th mayor or mayor's representative that's received the torch. So it is an honor and a privilege to be here today in your beautiful community. And it is also my last day on the road, so it's a very special day for me as well. So if we could get the Deputy Mayor to pass it over to the MHA, Bob French, and afterwards, and after she says a few words. Thank you very much.
Dave, let them know who's going to be touching that torch next. Let them know.
Okay. George just reminded me, as he often does, in September the torch will be received by His Holiness Pope John Paul II, and that's on September the 5th, when George goes over to Rome for a week. So he'll be talking about that.
Thank you very much. Mr. Marcello, welcome to Conception Bay South. We are the largest town in Newfoundland, and we feel the loveliest town in Newfoundland, as our weather can attest to today. We are very proud to have you in our town, and the significance of what you are doing is very important to each and every one of us. In my own family recently, we've had an occasion to wonder, would a transplant have helped? So I know there are many, many people out there that are in the same situation, wondering, can a transplant help? And I know that transplants have helped quite a few people, and I think we do have a gentleman with us here today. But on behalf of the Mayor and Council of Conception Bay South, we are very proud to have you here. And I'd like to pass the torch to MHA for Conception Bay South, Mr. Bob French.
Deputy Mayor Sandra. First of all, I want to welcome you two gentlemen to the town of Conception Bay South. As you can, as Sandra's already said, we're the largest municipality in Newfoundland and Labrador, and I'm very fortunate to be a member of the House of Assembly that represents half of this great town of ours. I represent the upper side of this town, and we have the best weather in Newfoundland and Labrador, Vernon. We have better weather than they do in St. John's. We have better weather than Doug Cole has down in Portugal Cove. We have the best weather in Newfoundland and Labrador. So I just want to congratulate you gentlemen for what you're doing. Your cause is very well known across Canada, and certainly you've brought an awareness to our town and the Newfoundland and Labrador. So thank you very, very much for coming. I hope your stay is good, John. Thank you.
If Doug, would you like to come up and say a few words?
Good morning, everybody. Nice to see you again, George and David. George and David, a few nights ago I received a telephone call from our town council suggesting that our family may be of assistance to those gentlemen. Our daughter, 2 years ago, a little bit, donated her kidney to her friend in Portugal Cove, and they're both doing extremely well. And of course, George and David have lived with us now for the past couple of days, and they're very welcome anytime they arrive in Newfoundland to be part of our family and part of our home. And what they're doing, without question, is very noble, and in Canada, we're becoming more and more aware all the time of the importance of organ and tissue donations. So gentlemen, I congratulate you. I wish you well in your trip. And George, your trip to Europe too, I believe, is coming soon. So God bless you both. Thank you.
Thank you, Doug. And I'd like to say a few words about that later, but right now I'd like to bring George up. And so George, if you...
Receives an organ, and not only do they get their life back, but they get to lead a healthy life afterwards, going back to work, enjoying activities. You know, we have a cure in our hands, unfortunately, to make this decision, and good organs we're going to waste. So that's what this campaign is all about. I'm going through almost 600 communities in the 769 days in a very positive way. We've been getting a lot of political support, and I think as a result of what we're doing and what other groups are doing, and as a result of making this issue more of a priority in our country, more lives will be saved. And at present, there's almost 4,000 people on the waiting list. And unfortunately, 3/4 of those people will pass away. And that's a pretty low rate that we have. I like to mention, though, that the 25% of those that are on the waiting list right now, as things stand, those people that have gotten their lives saved, it's been a result of a lot of hard work and our good medical facilities and people making that heroic decision to donate their organ. Another company that's been assisting in all this is Air Canada. I just want to read a little memo because they don't get enough recognition for what they've been doing. Air Canada has facilitated the transportation of organs for a number of years now. The corporation currently supports 16 organ procurement organizations across Canada by providing free of charge transportation of several organs each week. So that's a very honorable contribution. And also they're providing a free flight for me. So among that and what they're doing for me, I needed to mention their contribution. I want to thank you, Doug, and your family for just having us there. I hope we weren't a nuisance with all the work that we were doing. Doug saved the day several times for us with some computer work and other things that we just felt so welcome. I got my first night of good sleep in a long time. And I want to thank the Deputy Mayor and the Bob French, the MAH for appearing, and for Dave for organizing everything, and everybody for coming out here. And I'm going to bring David up here. It's his last press conference, and he's been with me for quite a while, and this is going to be his final speech, I guess, for the 769-day walk. And keep it real, Dave, and don't be afraid to let your emotions come out. Okay, so come on up here.
I started